On level 7 of the Pentagon, General Ghost has been monitoring increased acts of cultural terror.
These monsters are popping up all over the world. The spread of misinformation, violence, and terror are hurting our people. We've got to fight back.
But sir, who's smart enough and tough enough to defend the culture?
We will assemble a team of superpowered humans from all over the world. These heroes will save us all.
6 months later.
General Ghost has selected 5 candidates for the BNP initiative. Recruit number 1 from PG County, Maryland. Kate. Her skills are flying, controls weather, epic Lego builder, can burn grass, and can make her enemies die laughing. Recruit number 2 from New York City. Fame. His skills. Shooting nuclear blasts from his eyes. Can absorb any kind of energy around himself. Smart ass, drunken kung fu, and a master of disguise. Recruit number 3 from Tennessee. Sloan Tempest. His skills. Super speed. Teleportation. Hunter. Comic addict and gamer. Recruit number 4 from Michigan. Jalen. Her skills. Super strength. Shoot kinetic beams from her hands. Brawler, chef, and wizard. Recruit number 5 from Baltimore, Maryland. JS1. The supplier, his skills, control thunder, fly, leadership sleeping, and kills lemon pepper wings. This dynamic team has been chosen to defend the culture at all costs. No pod too small, no pod too big. Black podcast team activated.
These humans have had their time. We must take back what is truly ours. They must die so we can live, so we may flourish. Our time underground is at its end.
Yes, sir.
Prepare to attack. Kill the black nerds. Monsters are destroying the culture. We need the Black Nerd Podcast now. I don't care where they are, beam them here and now.
Nerds! Nerds! Nerds!
Here comes them black nerds, zones on with big words. Cakes that make us all smile. This little songs ever saying a while. Brains kinda like a mastermind. While this one shows up every single time. Yeah. How was your night gonna bring the fight? Hey, this is Black Nerd Podcast, winning all the fights.
Black nerd, you will die today.
What I do to old lizard boy. We're gonna teach you a lesson.
Attack!
More coming soon.
All right, my bad. I interrupted my own joint. Back in the building. Hope y'all enjoyed that. You know what I'm saying? A little mini Black Nerd. But I've got the ladies in the building. You know what I mean? I got the queen, Kissing Kate, in the building. She will make people die.
With laughter.
Oh, that's the longest pause ever. Yo, we got Jalen in the building. Yeah. Yo, so how's everybody been? You guys been good? Y'all looking great.
Thank you. I'm tired.
I am as well. Definitely tired. I hope you had a chance to at least, I don't know if you got to see any of the thing, Jalen, but yeah, that was quite long. That's like 3 minutes and 30 seconds?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a lot. That's a lot. There's some funny descriptors. Burns grass. So, all right, this week we have a really busy schedule. There's a lot of stuff to cover. We don't have a ton of time. So, look, we got to do our how do we call it? Do we call it a Black History moment, or let's just say we celebrating individuals in our community that are creatives and nerds. And to me, nothing's more nerdy than a good chicken wing. So let's get it cracking.
Was the owner of a busy restaurant on Buffalo's Black Main Street called Wings and Things. Young was known as the king of wings for his tangy mambo sauce chicken wings. This innovation marked a significant moment in culinary history and introduced the buffalo wings to American society. In the 1960s, John Young was experimenting with multiple sauces to boost business at his restaurant in Buffalo's East Side. Business was slow in his neighborhood eatery until Young added something special to his whole breaded chicken wings. Once he drenched it in his new tangy mambo sauce, his chicken wings became an instant sensation with his customers. Wings and Things thrived and became the cornerstone of the city's Black Main Street, selling 5,000 pounds of wings a week at just a nickel each. His innovation and proximity to the Buffalo Bills Stadium resulted in Young's wings becoming so popular that they became a game day staple for football fans. But by 1970, racial unrest and escalating racial tensions pushed Young to shut down his restaurant and move to Illinois. When he returned a decade later, he was stunned to find his creation, now called Buffalo Wings, was credited to Anchor Bar, a restaurant just a mile away owned by an Italian family. Even more frustrating for Young was that Frank Bellissimo and his family had been regulars at Wings and Things and took inspiration from his recipe. Young told his story to the New Yorker magazine in 1980, staking claim that he was the true inventor of the buffalo chicken wings. He was deeply hurt that other people took credit for his innovation. During the 80s, more and more restaurants began to serve their version of the buffalo wings. The unbreaded wings, split into drumettes and flats, were tossed in hot sauce, served with carrot and celery sticks or along with a pizza. Franchises like Buffalo Wild Wings helped spread the dish nationwide, and its place in Super Bowl culture was cemented while Young's name faded into obscurity. Though the world knows Anchor Bar's version, Buffalo's Black Main Street remembers John Young, the real king of wings, the man who turned a cheap cut of chicken into an American obsession.
Please drop some flowers in the comments below in honor of...
Man, you know how many chicken wings I done ate? Buffalo and Mambo. I don't like Mambo wings, but shout out to them, man. You know, piece of history.
Facts. A nickel a wing. That's crazy.
I was just thinking that. Like, do you know how many wings I could get for a nickel?
A fucking nickel, a schmeckle. That's crazy. You know how many wings I get? You know how much wings are now? It's $20
yes.
They're like $2 a wing.
Damn. They don't even be big sometimes. They be little ass wings and shit. You know, Popeyes actually got a pickled flavored wing right now.
I heard.
Yep, and they got pickled lemonade.
They have like a pickled chicken sandwich or something like that.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I tried all of it.
Okay, so you tried the pickle drink.
I tried the pickled drink. I got some. Did I get the wings? I did get the wings, and then they got fried pickles. Tried those.
So how was the pickle drink?
Mid. I also don't really. I feel like if the lemonade was better and they like maybe went a little light on the pickle juice, it might have been all right. I feel like it would be better as a mixed drink, like a cocktail. I think that would be fire. But as a plain drink, mid. Got you.
All right. All right. So how about the pickle wing?
The pickle wing, it had a little kick to it. You know, out of all the Popeyes wings, it was probably one of my least favorites. You know, it was something for, you know, I did it for the plot.
You know, got you. For sure.
But the fried pickles, though, I feel like a lot of people got an issue with, like, you know, making it too salty. But the Popeye seasoning on the fried pickles was actually pretty good. So if you like fried pickles, I'd say go for that.
What sauce did you get with those?
They gave me ranch, but I feel like you can go for a better sauce.
Yeah.
I'm a huge fried pickle fan. So
there you go. There you go.
All the way.
Who do you think has the best
fried pickles? I would have to say, what is that place? It's not Outback. It's the Texas
Roadhouse.
Roadhouse. Yeah, I think they got really good fried pickles. Okay. But I don't remember any other places. But if I do, I will put it in the group chat ASAP.
Yeah. Try them fried pickles. The Popeyes joint. The Popeyes, you know, breading. You know, Popeyes got some good ass breading. So you know, it works with the fried pickles.
Right. They're not soggy.
Nah, It was good.
Yeah,
Nice and crisp.
yeah.
Nice little thick
All right.
little giant.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Black Nerd Cooking coming soon. All right, let's get to the hot precious. All right, we're gonna start with Jalen. What's good with this? Hold up.
She muted.
I think you muted yourself, man. Oh, the computer muted itself.
Yes, it always does. Okay, this is a magic spinning espresso mug. So it magically stirs your espresso, and it says Espresso Patrono. The little Harry Potter mug with the wand picture on it, real cute. Espresso is my best friend.
Okay.
Yeah. I need it every morning, so I think this is the perfect little gadget for me.
Got you. So, because I'm a novice drinker of breakfast drinks, what's an espresso versus a coffee? What's the difference?
It's stronger.
Mm-hmm.
It's like that
espresso is probably like just that much. You add more water into it to make it more of a coffee.
Mm-hmm.
Got you.
I actually just redid my little kitchen. I felt like a little spring cleaning and whatnot. So I redid my little kitchen nook. I got to show you. So I have an espresso machine. So it's like my little coffee nook.
How do you like that? I'm thinking about getting one to save myself some money.
Yep, I love it. A lot of times I just do maybe like 2 espressos, and technically speaking, like I got it so I can hook up some milk to it, and it'll just make a whole whatever.
Drink.
Like you got options, yeah.
Please send the link to that in the chat.
Please. I ain't gonna hold you, it's expensive.
But that's fine. I need it. I need it. I spend quite a bit of money every week in coffee.
When in doubt, put your pinkies out, man. Y'all.
I spend money for conveniences.
Yes, no, I got you. All right, this is the prerequisite to Kate's thing. So let's go.
Zoro is the master of the 3 sword style, and there are 3 specific katana that Zoro keeps at his side. The first of Zoro's swords is his oldest one, the Wado Ichimonji, former blade of his deceased friend Kuina. Zoro was given this sword shortly after her passing. Next is the Sandai Kitetsu, a legendary cursed blade Zoro picked up from Logtown and has maintained since then. Lastly, of course, is Enma, another legendary cursed sword. This was once the blade of Kozugi Oden, but it is now in the possession of a man who is destined to become the world's strongest swordsman. Zoro is the master.
All right. So that's that. But I went wild because she just sent me the video. I actually found the swords so that people could purchase them, and I'm going to put them on the screen right now so you could have all 3 of these right now for a reasonable price, $59.99, huh? What are we talking about here? And it come up with a little sword holder. What you think about that, Kate?
That's cool.
That's dope. I probably wouldn't get that though. Just me personally. That's why are you saying you didn't get the other link?
No, I just got the one with the video.
What? That's crazy.
Yeah, it's like when you post it, it turns into it gives me other words. It doesn't send me the link, so I'll show it to you later. But go ahead.
Yeah, so pretty much the joint that I posted, it's a Lego version of that.
Oh,
yeah. So it's all 3 swords, but each one is like, I can build it type shit. So that's what I would get. I don't want the actual swords, but I'm gonna build the shits, So that's why I put it. I don't know.
That's even cool.
I'll look at it later.
Nah, for sure.
Yeah.
All right, mine has a story to it. So, like, before we get to mine, I would like to say that I found like fancy, weird-looking luggage because I wanted to be different going to the airport, but I wasn't thinking about real life implications. So I got a luggage bag that really much looks like I was a Crip going on vacation. You know what I'm saying? And it has, but it don't have no wheels and it doesn't have a shoulder strap. So while I was waiting to come back, I was in Miami's airport for a long time, and they switched gates on me 3 different times, and I had to walk a minimum, and this is no lie, about 1.5 miles to get from one end of the airport to the opposite end of the airport and stop me at different times. And just imagine, you ain't got no shoulder strap, you ain't got no wheels, and you just carrying your bag. And then Fame, y'all can't see it. Fame bought me a birthday present that came in a big box. So now I'm carrying a bag with a big box. I got my luggage bag and I got another one. So I was like, bro, I need a solution to this. So I came home, and ladies and gentlemen, it is the luggage scooter 1000. You know what I'm saying? So now I don't have to walk in the airport anymore. I can just get on my scooter, luggage bag, and I can ride it on through the airport, man. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I can just get on and I can just ride. I got space for my luggage. You know what I'm saying? It's got an engine in it. I can charge it, and I think I have the ability to like charge my phone and all that. And it's got other wheels. So yeah, it's got a nice little lock on it. And it's currently on sale, only $799. So look, if I would like to contribute, just go ahead and shoot me some bread to my Cash App. But yeah, I need that. It was a frustrating. That was probably one of there might have been 3 little things that annoyed me about my vacation, and that me having to carry my bag all that way was definitely one of them. So, you know what I'm saying? Y'all not impressed, but I was. So, you know what I mean? I love y'all anyway. So, all right.
They make non-motorized versions for kids.
Yeah, I know. I looked at that one too, but they ain't had no adult version. That was the closest thing I could get to an adult version. So, all right, let's go to Pixel. And it's always some sick person in the chat talking about that's OD. You not riding that. Try to slide this one in while I'm dying. No, all right. You know what I'm saying?
You're always in the chat, but never on cam. I don't understand. Is he part of the black man? I'm so confused.
Is he sick?
No, he's sick. He's sick. All right. So, all right. So, Impixelated this week, you know what I mean? Since I've taken it over, I've got 3 games that I think are super special and that we have to hear about.
It's going to be the biggest, most talked about game that released this summer. And let me tell you why. The legendary game developer Leslie Benzie, who is known for Grand Theft Auto 5, San Andreas, Red Dead Redemption, need I say more? Mind's Eye is a AAA story-driven action-adventure game that takes place in a fictional near-city future called Red Rock, where AI, robots, climate change, tech billionaires, and the ongoing clash between humanity, robotics, and big corporation. This is a sci-fi game where you play as the main protagonist, Jacob Diaz, a former elite soldier implanted with the Mind's Eye, which is a mysterious neural device that haunts him with fragmented memories of a covert mission that changed his life. You can expect world-class cinematics, high-intensity driving, and explosive combat. I have no doubt in my mind this game is going to be highly entertaining, and you do not want to miss it. Mind's Eye is going to be released on June 10th, 2025 for PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC. And if you pre-order now, you will receive the deluxe upgrade, which includes Premium Pass, Deluxe Thorn and Kepler Yellow Jacket weapon, Future Jacob vest skin, and the Future DC2 companion drone skin. In addition to the main game, players will benefit from a steady flow of AAA quality bonus missions that include character backstories. Pre-order Mind's Eye now. What are you waiting for? You're welcome.
What y'all think?
That's so cool.
I'm wondering if that was an open world. I didn't catch that. But all right. So is there any because I'm loading something? Is there any particular game that y'all are waiting on that y'all are like kind of excited about?
GTA.
I keep hearing that they pushing it back to 2026. So I mean, I'm hoping it comes out, but until I get another update, let's go into my second one. I think it's All right, it'll tell you.
You don't know a single word of the language of this world. You start off in a stranger's home with nothing but a head injury and are asked to figure out the rest. While you can assign meaning to words based off gestures and expressions, the game will never confirm if that word truly means what you think it does. You can glean valuable crumbs of words by helping with chores, but things become trickier when you try to leave the stranger's home and she panics, or when you discover secret newspaper clippings you'll first struggle to interpret. Your relationship with this woman is built on a story you tell yourself, and the more you pay attention, the more the real story emerges. 7 Days to End With You is a language puzzle game where your perception of the story changes according to your understanding of the language. It's a highly analytical game that will have you feeling like a detective by the end of it, and is best enjoyed with a strong cup of black tea to keep you alert for its 4-hour playthrough.
All right, what you think about that?
I like that. I would play that.
That's interesting.
That seems cool.
I would be frustrated. I'd probably last an hour, maybe 30, 40 minutes. And because like the fact that they said it won't confirm or deny whether you got the words right. So you're just trying to, it's like you're trying to figure out a language, figure out the story. That's a lot, man. That's a lot. So that's
cool. I feel like that's like the type of game that you can play more than once. And then I started playing like Stardew and shit like that. So it's low-key giving that type of vibe a little bit. But it's more of like a, I like little brain games and shit. I fuck with that. That's cool.
Okay, for sure. All right, let's go into our last one. There's a bunch of hubbub about this one.
Is bringing back the 90s, baby, with a brand new video game. Marvel Cosmic Invasion is an upcoming video game, and it totally has the style of the 90s beat 'em up side-scrolling arcade games like X-Men and Ninja Turtles. In fact, the companies that are behind making this game, Daemu and Tribute, they're the same people that made Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge. I'm excited! And I love the design of the characters too. Wolverine looks like he jumped straight out of the X-Men arcade game. And the animations in this game of Spider-Man and Venom, they remind me of the Spider-Man games that were on the Super Nintendo and Sega Genesis back in the day. They got the Queen Storm in this, Captain America, Nova. There's supposed to be 15 characters, so I'm guessing we're gonna get some more announcements of other Marvel characters in this game in the future. No word yet if they'll use a 5-hour live stream of chairs to do so. Up to 4 people can play this game, and each player can choose 2 Marvel characters to swap back and forth in between while in the action. I feel like that's a nod to like the Marvel vs. Capcom game, but either way, that's really cool. And can we talk about this cutscene animation? Oh my gosh, it is like I've been transported back in the 90s with a bowl of cereal, watching cartoons Saturday mornings. Fox Kids is cool. I am so down. Getting this game day one. So excited.
I think I'm more excited about this than I was Marvel Rivals.
Yeah.
I really wanted to love Marvel Rivals, but it's for people that like RPG stuff. Like they like, oh, this is a tank and that's I don't give a shit about all that. So like this is more like a straightforward scroller. Hey, you know what I'm saying? I'm hitting stuff dies. I hit something else, it dies. I like that. You know what I mean? This is definitely my speed. For less intelligent gamers or more simplified gamer enthusiasts. So thank you. Shout out to those guys for coming up. Now, there's also a DC game that just came out that's for mobile phones. It sucks. It sucks super bad, but we're going to talk about that next week because I have a ton of stuff on the agenda. So let's move on to our next segment. Unless, ladies, did y'all have something else you want to say about this game? Awesome. Liberty News. This time I actually really have to look at my rundown because I don't even remember. Oh yeah, this is first. Okay, so quick news, some quick hitter news, and I don't have it loaded. Why don't I have it loaded? Because I'm an idiot. So this week, #1 in the box office by a large amount. This is surprising to me. I did not think Minecraft movie was going to make $301 million in its opening weekend. Holy crap, holy. I don't know what Minecraft is. This is another marker that I am some old person that is out of touch with reality. And yeah, I'm willing to say it and I'm willing to embrace it. So shout out. Jalen, did you take your kids to see the Minecraft movie?
No. My oldest kid isn't really into Minecraft because he's 14, so he's just like, over it. And my youngest son, he has no idea what Minecraft is. He's too young, so they're not in that age range.
Yeah, I definitely feel you. Saturday, Fame and I went to see Amateur. They did an early release of it, and it was kids everywhere. And I was like, "What in the world? Why all these kids here?" Like, I didn't know this movie that came out. So shout out to them. They must be really killing it. All right, let's move on to the next thing.
This ain't the moon no more, nigga. Welcome to Big Body Prime. Skinny boys plant flags, big boys build infrastructure. And this ain't Vegas, baby. This the motherfucking Crater Club. The first niggas in history to hit a royal flush on the moon. And money ain't the only thing we're hungry for. Y'all know we had to get a Popeyes in this bitch. Aliens already hitting the drive-thru.
Oh my god, the ghost of the goon.
Black-owned business? Nah, nigga, this the fat nigga parliament. 100% black-owned, just like these moon bunnies.
I love my big boy representative.
Every meal, a write-off. The snow bunnies, dependents. That's right, Big Body Prime is an intergalactic tax-free zone. And this lunar economy moving like an S-class on autopilot. Fat nigga tech facilities operating at 300% capacity. And best believe we bout to drill into this shit.
What the fuck? This shit is hollow?
From Miami to Big Body Prime. Skinny boys called it the final frontier. The fat niggas call it phase 1. What do you think the fat niggas are gonna discover inside the moon? Want a hint? It ain't cheese, nigga. Drop your theory in the comments. Hey, yo, shut the fuck up. It's fat nigga season.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that's a whole Instagram page with hundreds of videos about fat dudes doing all types of stuff around the world. I could not resist the temptation to bring it to the show. What did you ladies think about fat nigga season?
Mm-hmm. That was funny.
Loved it.
That's crazy. Kay didn't seem too entertained. She was like, "Get this bull crap out of here, these niggas." Oh my god, I ain't know it was that serious. All right, we'll find skinny nigga season for you, so that way you can enjoy it more. All right, let's go to some Apple stuff just for y'all Apple users.
Something you might not know about the iPhone. You can turn it into a computer mouse and pair it with your Mac. Simply go to Settings. Then scroll down to General and click Mouse. Then turn it on and shake your phone to activate it.
No way.
Yeah, I don't care. Oh, I'm sorry. Y'all needed to see that. Yep, that's just for y'all. I did that for y'all. I hope y'all enjoy.
So what did he do?
You can turn your iPhone into a mouse for your Mac.
Okay.
What? That didn't change your entire world? Your life wasn't rocked to the core by this discovery?
No.
Hey, they did it for y'all. I'm just here to report the news. That is all I'm here for. Kate, this doesn't help you out at all, or?
I mean, I think it's cool. My work phone's an iPhone, and I do have a MacBook, so I'll give it a try.
Shout out to you for giving things a try. All right. So the question is, you can only bring back one of these big box stores. All of these stores are gone, non-existent, probably never going to come back. With the exception of Borders, they're not completely gone. They're just less than they used to be. So choose one of these big box stores to make a big comeback. Is it Borders? Is it Toys R Us? Is it Blockbuster? Is it Radio Shack? Is it Sears? Is it Hollywood Video? Wow. Is it Circuit City? Is it Payless? Or is it the big Kmart? Kate, you go first. Which one of these big box stores would you want to see come back?
I would say Toys R Us for sure. I'm really surprised that, they went out.
Why you say that?
Just because, I feel like it's a good place for just me as an adult. Like I still kind of went occasionally, but right before they closed down. They got games and shit. Like if I wanted to go get a gift for a kid type shit.
Yeah, I mean, Walmart kind of did them in because they were able to sell products at a cheaper price than Toys R Us. Walmart will be like 24 hours a day, and it gave you more variety. And then, your parents' lives are hard, so it's like I can go to Walmart, grab a toy for the kid, and get all the stuff I need for the house all in one place. I ain't about to go all the way out here to Toys R Us and try to wrangle these niggas together. So, Jay,
we had one close, so it was convenient.
Facts. And you don't have no kids. So Jalen, what is your choice of big box store would you bring back off this list?
Oh, like it's really between the top row. Like the top row. Because Borders used to have the little steps where you could go and sit and read. I don't know about the ones out here, but the ones back home used to have little steps. And then Toys R Us, because it's Toys R Us.
It's Toys R Us.
And then Blockbuster. Like, do you remember? I think I'm gonna go with Blockbuster because I just remember, like, it's Friday. You're probably at going to your grandma's house or whoever, parent, whatever. And y'all just go get a movie. My mom used to be like, okay, you can get one animated movie, one non-animated movie. And I would be straight to the horror movie section. And I would look at all the backs of the movies to like see what I wanted to watch. And it was just really cool. Like, of course you can do that at home. You can pull it up on your screen. But it's nothing like having everything in one space, like at a bookstore. Just having everything in one space and like looking at everything and just the feeling of just like bringing it home. And yeah,
I would have to agree with you. I was an assistant manager at a Blockbuster for a couple of years. I really enjoyed it. Probably was one of the lowest stress jobs that I ever had. And because I was a movie lover, like because you work there, you can just take whatever movies you want home. So I used to go crazy watching movies and playing video games. So shout out to them, man. My choice. I know this is going to sound crazy coming from me, but I used to get my shit off at Payless, bro. Payless or Circuit City, and that's because I used to get the CDs for the cheap. And I'm an electronics crackhead. Like you could like, and I don't know why to this day I like Circuit City more than Best Buy. I don't know. I mean, I like Best Buy, but I don't like Best Buy, if that makes any sense. But I was just a Circuit City fan more than anything else. So, drop the comment in the comment section and let us know which one of these big box stores you would want to see come back. All right. So let's talk seriousness now. Let's get serious. Everybody put your serious face on. We're dealing with a real life problem in the nerd community. Let's go, especially for women. No. I mean, whatever.
Rant real quick. Video game culture is toxic. I've been playing Marvel Rivals a lot lately. I am obsessed with this game. I have been insulted, called everything but a child of God. I have been told that I need to be in the kitchen and I need to be cooking and stop playing games, which is crazy because if you said that to me in person, I'll go in the kitchen and cook, but just don't be surprised if there's something in that food that you may not want to eat. It's annoying being a woman and having on voice chat and you're being insulted and told all of these things and you're being harassed. It's so annoying. And this is something that I am fairly new to. I understand that this has always been around. This dates all the way back to the Call of Duty days. I am well aware of that. I shouldn't have to cut off my voice chat in order to please other people. And if we're playing a team-based game, we have to talk to each other and we have to collaborate. And something I have noticed is that these team-based games attract the worst type of people. It's a bunch of low vibrational, low emotionally intelligent people that get on this game and call you anything. And what gets me is like, I don't want to have to mute because I feel like I'm letting people win. But at the same time, your girl wants to protect her peace, okay? That's all I wanted to say about gaming culture, y'all. In rant.
All right. So I have never experienced any of this. However, I've never played a game that required me to be on a chat outside of gaming with you guys, which has been wonderful, life-changingly great. However, we are normally closed off and it's just us. There's no outside individuals. So, how do y'all, I mean, have you guys experienced this individually, number one? And if so, how did you deal with it? How did you handle it?
I've never personally experienced it, but I know like when I play like Fortnite, if I'm not playing with people I don't know, usually I play solos. So I don't typically play with a lot of strangers anyways.
Got you. Jalen?
It's never happened to me, but I've seen it. It's not funny. It's really not funny. But I've just seen like certain interactions where like, it's a lot of hard R's being thrown around on Call of Duty. And, yeah. Or like kids on Fortnite. I've had people like mock me, like if I'll be in the background and like I'm talking and I don't realize like my husband has his mic on and like people like mock you in the background and I'm like, oh, okay. But yeah, people are crazy on the internet. I had a student, an autistic student, he's 10. Well, at the time he was 10 and he was telling me about all these like crazy things that people would say to him on like games, and he didn't know how to process it because of his autism. But yeah.
So I was hoping that Fame and Sloan would be here because they are much more gamers than we are, and Fame has a lot more knowledge when it comes down to like software and all of that. So I wanted to have the discussion on how we could solve the problem, like how we could still enjoy the community but not have to deal with the racial slurs. And the limited knowledge I have is that a lot of games have personal servers or like servers where you can have your own groups of people play and you're not a part of the public. So I was thinking, should it be probably a great solution if we could set up and it's crazy that you had to do this, but maybe like black servers or black managed servers where if you want to come in and play Black Ops, we can keep the rules to if you coming in here you got to be respectful, what I mean, y'all can't no racial slurs or whatever, or we have to all confirm that we black, so when we are throwing the racial slurs we know I'm throwing it at somebody else. But I was thinking of like, man, we really need, I think it would be so good to, now I don't want like EA Sports or one of the gaming companies to go, all right, we'll make it to where it'll automatically boot you if you don't. Nah, I ain't saying that at all. But if we could find a way so that we can game in peace without having to deal with that type of nonsense, I would definitely feel like that would be cool. Or have the ability to boot the person off. Like, what I mean? They get the kick and boom, you just kick them off the game while you playing and it not be a thing. So, y'all have any suggestions on how you would navigate or deal with the problem?
I think that what you said was a good idea. It's like they have Facebook groups for like for everything really. And I'm in a Facebook group for like Black people who like Game of Thrones, because like if you've been in some of those groups, some of the comments were crazy. Like during House of the Dragon, when you have the Black Targaryens and them having, lots of racial things to say. And instead of like trying to fit into those spaces or trying to police those spaces for people who are harassing or reporting comments or whatever, creating a space that's just for us, that we have control of like who comes in or who stays or, things like that. I think that's a good idea.
Word. I 1000% agree with you. Like doing stuff like that. And I'm in the Dim Thrones Facebook group.
Me
and
too.
I like being around our people and they be wild. It's
I
really
love
enjoyable.
it.
Kate, I need to add you to the group so you can enjoy the fun with us. Or you probably already in there. You probably was there before I was.
Nope.
Oh, okay.
I don't be on Facebook like that. So yeah, add me.
Oh, look at you being young. All right, that's fine. You ain't got to be there with us old folk. That's fine. No arrogant. So anyway,
wait. Can I do a side note real quick? because of
You don't
something
be on
you
that
just said.
You don't be on that either?
No, I had a student, a second grade student, say to me, she saw I had a Facebook notification. She's like, Facebook? I didn't know you were that old.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And then she was like, yeah, you should get like Instagram or TikTok or something. She's like, those are the good apps. And then when you turn like 60, you can get Facebook. That's what my mom's gonna do. And I'm like, oh, so your mom's not Facebook old.
Wow.
Okay.
These kids. All right. This last one, and we'll move on with our lives.
Those people who might think this is insane.
Just come hang out with us for a bit. I bet you any money by the end of the weekend you're going to leave with a microchip. My name is Anastasia Sin. I'm a magician and a biohacker.
You can even hear my hand because my hand has like 8 magnets in it, so my whole hand is now a speaker.
Blues.
This goes to my website. This is a LED light. There's like a TED Talk, how we're all cyborgs.
You are all actually cyborgs. Suddenly we're a new form of Homo sapiens.
It really resonated with me. My house, my car, my clothes are my exoskeleton. Without them, I'm not exactly me. So adding more technology didn't really seem that weird.
It's literally a chunk of silicone with a battery and a circuit board.
If you are someone who hacks your skin with an electronic, we call them a grinder. Let's see what we got in the Dangerous Things kit of how to become a cyborg.
Me.
All right, let's see what it says, shall we?
Hey, ABC News. Let me show you what a body can do.
Why did you get that first implant?
Because my daughter wanted one. I said, listen, I'm not sure how safe this is for people, so how about I go and I get one, and if it's safe, like after a year and I don't have any health problems, I won't have a problem with you getting one. I'll even buy it for you. And she to this day doesn't have one, and I have 52. Yeah.
52, that sounds like an addiction.
A little bit.
Yo,
At some points, 100 years in the future, everything will be an implant.
When you guys come together every year, what is the big wish list item that you all hope to one day make?
The thing everyone wants is Neuralink. It's frustrating because it's out there, but we don't know how it's built. So if Elon was willing to open source all of his stuff like we do, that'd be great. It works on the premise that your brain's electrical signals can interface with a computer's electrical signals. That is the dream. That is the Johnny Mnemonic, everyone's favorite movie in biohacking.
Upload begins when you press here.
Or uploading information like in the Matrix.
That was it. I know Kung Fu.
So, ladies, are we ready to, put some tech in our skin and, The Kate is like,
No.
hell no.
Did y'all see that lady cut her leg open?
I knew she had an addiction before she even said it. She was talking, I was like, yeah, I'm about to, let's pull this shit up. That's crazy.
Like, this seems insane to you?
Oh, it's definitely insane. This ain't nothing. There's nothing sane about this, but it's my job to bring you the news.
No, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about her.
Talking about I'm gonna try it first, and I'm my daughter, and I'm like, sure.
She don't even got one. The daughter don't even got one.
The daughter probably doesn't even exist.
Oh my god! All right.
She told me to do it.
All right.
Sure, Granny. Sure. All right. We got to get to the main topic of the show. We got about 15 minutes, so let's get it cracked.
AI news and conversations.
I have only one function. To kill.
All right. So with that being said, this is our AI segment. So let's get into some small stuff before we get into the main topic. So what we're looking at right now, this is it's like a computer robot horse thing that you can ride as a human being. This is real. Kawasaki is going to be releasing these. Ladies, how are y'all feeling about this? Like when you see this and knowing that it's real, look at Kate's face. She is like, I don't believe it. This is some bull. But go ahead, what do y'all think?
Actually seems kind of cool. I'd ride it to work, to the grocery store, you know.
Really?
Backpacking shit. Ride a little mechanical horse and shit.
Okay. What about you, Jalen?
I'm on the fence about this one. Normally I'm against most robotic type things, but this right here, I don't know. I might try it out. See.
They're gonna look. AI get you one way or another, boy. They'll find some way to make it cool enough. You like, you know what? Let me try. Buy one of these. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, I can go up steps and run down the street at the same time. Literally.
Man, the gallop.
The gallop.
I don't know. That's kind of cool.
All right, let's move into our. All right, so I'm bringing into this AI discussion in three videos, 3 phases until we get to the main thing. Go.
University of San Diego has just concluded that artificial intelligence has officially passed the Turing test. Now, you're going to hear some people incorrectly say that we've achieved artificial general intelligence, where AI is smarter than the average human at absolutely everything. And that's not true. The Turing test isn't a measure of intelligence. It's a measure of human likeness. How well can AI substitute for a human and humans not be able to tell the difference? And not only did this study show that AI has passed this test, but that humans were more likely to rate the AI as being human in the conversation than the humans themselves. Maybe that's not entirely surprising. We've trained these AI systems on more human data than any one individual human could ever read or listen to or watch themselves. But it has profound social and economic implications. On the economic side, any job that requires interacting with other humans in short conversations and soon long conversations, well, we could more easily substitute those roles now with artificial intelligence. On the social side, I mean, if interacting with AI feels more human than interacting with humans themselves, it could undermine the nature of friendships, the need for companionship, colleagues, creates this whole new world of counterfeit people. And the same way counterfeit money devalues money, but counterfeit people could undermine our need for relationships with other humans. Now, what's interesting about this study is that it was when AI was given a persona, instructed to act like a certain human, that it was more likely to pass. Because there is a world in which we declare that AI can't sound or act too human-like, or that it at least has to always declare itself when it's talking to another human. You can imagine how this is going to complicate misinformation, deception, persuasion, and even unintentionally, you could be in a group forum thinking you're engaging with other humans, talking about your human experiences, and you're actually just talking to a bunch of AI systems. But as the study concludes, maybe this is the time that we have to really think about what it is that makes us uniquely human and lean into that to be better friends, be better neighbors, better colleagues. They're the human things we want to cherish in a world filled with these machines.
All right, ladies. This is the first little mountain we getting up here. How do y'all feel about that?
I like her little positive perspective about it, but I don't like that. I don't like that.
I don't like it neither. I definitely don't like it. It's on
scary.
you.
Scary out here.
It's most definitely scary. It's. I'm still trying to understand. No, I don't need to understand. I understand exactly why it is what it is. But yeah, it's just frustrating for them to be so quick to try to develop these things and deploy them out in public. You know what I'm saying? So, that's what I was looking for. All right, so I'm going to play. Shoot, I need to pull down one more clip. I apologize. I normally should have this correct. Hold on. This should be it. Is this right?
A black AI system created by black engineers, historians, and scientists called Aisha to help you not fall for black misinformation online? You mean something that you can type in anything that you think might be black misinformation online into, and it'll give you the actual answer? Like, I don't know, did Kamala Harris lock up thousands of black men for weed? And it can tell you that's actually misinformation that you're running into. Here is the real information? You mean that? You mean something like that? Take this walk down the halls of history with me, because you're about to join that history. In the 1930s, black families were running from terror within their own country, and there was a guidebook that was something like a holy grail to black folks called a green book that showed black people which restaurants, venues, hotels, and towns were safe for them in a very vicious world. But the year is 2025, and the battlefield is here now. And now there's a digital green book for us to help us protect our culture, protect our children, and protect our truth. And this digital guidebook for us was created by a nonprofit organization called Onyx Impact, full of black scientists, black historians, and black engineers.
All right. So now I just wanted to throw something positive in there, because I don't want this whole pitch to be AI is bad, even though the transition card says otherwise. So now, last video where it brings in our full topic for today.
Final thing that we're going to have to watch out for, and we saw this with social media after the fact, is the relationships kids are going to build with these systems. We are now giving kids access to an infinite, never-ending opportunity to engage with an imaginary friend, something that is always on, can answer all of their questions. That is a recipe for a new type of addiction. And we have to really be looking out for this. We kind of missed the boat on smartphones, and now we're all trying to get them back out of the classrooms. We can see this line of sight directly with AI systems and chatbots. And this isn't, of course, all on educators. This has to come to, tech companies. Is this kind of new addiction that might form between kids and chatbots, and that is not going to end up well. And do our best to bring parents on board with that. So even if that's at parent-teacher interviews, just casually saying, look out for the amount of time your kid spends chatting with a chatbot. I noticed they were a little bit more disengaged in class. That could be where. So this is another area that we have to apply foresight to, but we can see that line of sight happening quite clearly if we don't intervene.
All right. So this didn't even get into other components because, shout out to the whole Black Nerd Podcast community that's on Instagram. I posed this question on our Instagram page, and we got a bunch of responses, and I love you guys for sending these responses. So the question is, are you comfortable with your child having an AI chatbot friend? My homegirl Raven, she just replied. She said, no, thank you. Technology is sucking humanity dry. I'm old school, so I much rather my kids build up their social skills by having real interactions with other children their age. Yes, I definitely shout out to them for that. All right, so let me I want to get all of these because a lot of people answered. Okay, so let me show you the results. So the question was, are you comfortable with your children having an AI chatbot friend? 71% of the people said no. And Fame said, yes, I'm comfortable. I'm completely comfortable with my children speaking with a chatbot I set up with guidelines I have sat in place as the parent. I see the worry in parents that don't have the time to monitor or check in with their children that often, or for those who lack a basic understanding of coding and AI. I can't wait to give my spill on Sunday. Well, sorry, buddy, you're sick. Right. So, Jalen, you said it's too much like talking to strangers, and I'll let you elaborate later. Mastermind said, nope, not at all. I don't like it. I don't trust it, but I watch a lot of TV and I've never seen a positive outcome for supporting Skynet. Okay. Queen Euphoria said, I barely want them talking to our humans now. She said, I barely want them talking to other humans now. A robot? Not even Rosie from the Jetsons. Damn, Rosie was definitely cool. So I'll get into some more of these in a minute because there's quite a few of them. Jalen, you are the resident den mother here, so I would definitely love your opinions first. Take it away. Give me your perspective.
So, like I was saying, it's too much like talking to strangers. And all of these movies, TV shows have taught us lots of things. One, somebody can always hack these systems and give kids, you know, instructions to do things that they probably shouldn't do, things that are unsafe, things that are unhealthy. Yeah, what else? What other reason? It's bad for their social skills. They already have too many influences, like outside influences due to the internet. Yeah, like I can see how it could help some kids who might have like trouble interacting with other kids or things like that. But I feel like there's other things that we could do to help with that are less extreme.
Word. I as a person that's been a nerd my entire life, and I even have look, I have the perfect mix of what makes a person popular, and I have problems socializing. Not necessarily because I'm scared to socialize, or it's just not easy to make friends, to become connected socially with large groups. So, like, even with a person with a vast vocabulary like mine, the ability to code switch, confidence. So, if I'm having problems, this whole that's one of the things that I see such a big issue with younger kids. Even, I mean, I ain't talking about just kids like 12 and 13 year olds. I'm talking about 22, 23, 25, 27 year olds. Like, it's hard for them to come into a room and to be able to interact with people. I've seen so many young people in their 20s don't even have the capability of articulating themselves because they've spent so much time by themselves. You know, they spent so much time just being on a video game in a room with the door closed, you know, and it's just like to even be marginally successful in the real world, in the everyday world, you have to have social abilities. You got to interview, which requires social abilities. You know, you're going to have a job where most of the time you're interacting with other people. That takes social abilities. So when you tell a child that now you don't have to learn how to deal with conflict in a nonviolent way, when they don't have to deal with conflict, they don't have to learn how to build friendships. They don't have to learn how to just deal with other people. And they have this one program that they're dealing with all of the time. Man, like, it's the same thing with social media. Social media screwed a couple of generations up, where now we have these unrealistic expectations of the world because we're so connected, and people are so much more comfortable staying in than going out. Like, I've said this every week for the last couple of years. Every time I go out the house, I'm like, where's everybody at? Like, kids used to go outside and play. You know, we used to sit on the stoops in front of the house, talk to people walking up and down the street. Not even nothing like crazy, but we were used to being outside and interacting because there was nothing inside. But now with the video games and the internet and now you got chat box, kids ain't never going outside. That's going to be over, and their anxiety levels are going to be sky high. I've rambled on enough. Kate, what's your perspective?
I'm kind of half and half about it. Like, I feel like, you know, at some point it's going to be hard to kind of like, you know, to get away from AI, to, you know, kind of get away from that chat. So I feel like, you know, having kids, I feel like if you have like some type of balance, you know, making sure they're not solely dependent on it, you know, making sure they're getting some outside time, you know, going to hang out with friends and whatnot, being social. I feel like maybe that would make it okay. I don't know. Because I feel like at the same time, you can't just completely avoid it. You know, I feel like that's going to make a kid want to, you know, invest in or investigate it more, you know?
Got you. For sure. No, for sure. I respect it. Love Potion 2.0 said, children need socialization, and this takes away from this essential element needed. Shout out to her. Tippy Tall Girl said, my daughter has an AI friend simulator on her school device. What? That helps her with reading and comprehension. But a physical AI friend that could possibly harm her? Hell no. So wait a minute. So they already have AI chatbots?
They have well, I know BCPS elementary schools, they use Amira, which is a program that helps them read.
Wow. Okay. All right. Takira B said, absolutely not. There have been so many reported cases of AI saying damaging things to children and encouraging them to do things like harm themselves or others. Real people are already enough to worry about. This is an extra layer of stress. I'll pass. Also, I believe before children dive deep into AI, they need to have a full recognitive understanding of real life and how to have real interactions in the real world. Yo, Takira, I hear exactly what you're saying, but the crazy part is we all change over time. Like the person I was at 6 isn't the person I am at 10. And my parents could have explained something to me at 10, but the understanding could be completely different by the time I'm 10, vice versa when I'm 15, 18, 20, 21. Like our perspective on the world and how we understand it changes as we develop. And that is one thing I'm saying about this AI thing that makes it so dangerous is that, all right, my mom could tell me it's dangerous at 4, but then it could come like not only am I going to change, but the AI and the technology is going to change and its utilization purposes will change as we get older. So yeah, man, this is a hard discussion for me to have because I'm a big advocate for AI in a lot of different situations, but I'm also very fearful of our over dependency. Like I was just having this discussion with my dad in a car on the way back from DC today. And I was telling him, I know grown women in their 40s and in real life, they said to me, well, if I got a question, I'm gonna ask this AI. Like they know everything. And I'm like, that's not true. I said most of these, and I've seen so many articles and videos and of scientists saying, hey, AI has a tendency to be wrong 60% of the time. 60% of the time AI is wrong. So we've already started inundating within ourselves that we can believe AI, that AI knows the right answers and that AI's got it all figured out when it doesn't. So now we are already in a place where we're starting to become dependent on it to give us the right information. And it's not even to that place. And even when it does get to the place of getting the right information, perspective is everything. I see all of these people posting videos about, all right, well, who are we when we die, AI? And it starts telling you, start spilling out all of this stuff. And it's just like, how do we know? Like, how does AI have the ability to tell us whether God exists or where we go after we die? Like, and how is it that perspective is true over any other person's belief systems? That's wild. And to now put this that adults are playing with into the hands of children. So now my child is going to be getting its belief systems from AI. You know what I mean? That the child is going to be asking all of these deep questions, which is crazy because now they're not coming to you and connecting with you. The things that we have become used to for as parents, the moments that we connect with our children the most, talking to our children about death, talking to our children about sex, talking to our children about friendships and family and love. That child will go to a computer now. So now there's a disconnection between the parent and the child because this computer is so ready at a moment's notice to give you clear-cut answers. Now, whether they right or not, it has nothing to do with the price of tea in China. But this is definitely really, really, really crazy. All right. Deborah Jackson says you're getting rid of teachers and placing AI no interaction with humans. Well, Miss Jackson, sorry, Miss Jackson. So anyway, I would have to say that that's an inevitability. Computers and AI is going to replace teachers
at some point.
Yeah, and we talking about 10 years. 10 years. And that's it's the same way is robots are going to phase out manufacturing, period. And it's already started to happen in thousands and thousands of jobs around the world. They have rolled out robots and they have replaced factory workers. You know, remedial, not saying remedial, but low-level labor jobs and simple communication jobs, customer service jobs are going to be replaced by robots within the next 5 to 10 years, and there's nothing we can do about that. So anyway, all right. Fame said, all the more reason that chatbots can help. It's not for everyone. Everything you guys are saying is true. It's completely up to each parent to help them understand that AI is a tool first. Right. The same way they told us that liquor is bad and weed, you shouldn't smoke it. I'm sorry, Kate, not trying to demonize your pastime or mine because I'm an alcoholic. But at the end of the day, like, perspective is everything. You could tell kids all the types of stuff and explain it all you want. That don't mean nothing. You know what I'm saying? Overindulging. You could tell your kid today, hey man, playing video games, you shouldn't be doing that all day. And then you keep throwing an iPad in their hand. Does it really help? No. You could say something is bad, but the more they're going to interact with it, the more the addiction happens. That's like saying, yeah, betting apps are bad. Yo, be careful. You still going to download that betting app because you're going to get that $2,000 or that $1,000. You seen your homeboy win something, you want to get something too. So anyway, guidelines and restrictions. You can literally tell chatbots what is open to discussion and what you can ask for as parents is really cool. All right. So Fame, I can't wait for you to come in next week, healthier, obviously, and having the ability to maybe even show us how to set up a chat box and setting the guidelines. I think that's if everything you're saying is true and this is how it's going to happen, I think that's a wonderful thing. However, at the end of the day, I still feel like it's a detriment to our kids. And I'm going to say it's a detriment to everybody, adults included, especially the lonely ones that can't make friends and all they do is go to school and go home and they sitting behind closed doors. They don't go outside. They don't do nothing. They order their food online and they come in. And hey, I'm one of those people sometimes. It's dangerous. It's dangerous. All right. She said, what about people? And this is Deborah Jackson saying, what about people knowing how to relate to one another? What do we do? I think we're going to isolate. Thank you for confirming everything I literally just said. Shout out to you for that. Yeah. It's going to, and I hate to say this. I'm not trying to say this to be like, yo, down with AI. I'm just saying that there are real problems that we haven't considered that are a part of this thing. So with that being said, did y'all have anything else y'all wanted to add or any questions or comments or anything? All right. So we can either do a palate cleanser or we can go further down the rabbit hole with a tinfoil hat moment. So I'm gonna let you ladies know. This is the last thing before we get up out of here. We can either go tinfoil or we can do a palate cleanser.
What you thinking, Kate?
I'm cool with the palate cleanser.
Ooh, I like it. All right, let me see what they saying in this. All right, the government just spent $5 billion on AI. We got to do what we can before it's too late and your child can't program. What they need to program for, AI does it for you. That's crazy. All right, palate cleanser, ladies and gentlemen.
It's us. It's a little bit early, but summer's right around the corner. I've been going to cookouts for 15 years now. Here's what you need to know. Do not bring potato salad or mac and cheese to a cookout. Somebody's auntie already made it. Chips, alcohol, and cookies, that's you. If you do bring food and somebody says you put your foot in it, that's a compliment. Don't ask what seasoning they use. It's probably garlic salt and Lawry's. Don't ask for a tour of the house. Cookout is in the backyard, the living room, and the kitchen. If you need to find a bathroom, ask. Don't be wandering through somebody's house. Here's the most important one. If you sit your non-black ass down at a spades table, you better know your shit. People do not play about their spades. You should learn how to play. It's really fun. However, if you sit at that table, you need to know how to play the game. It is not the time to learn. Clarify if they're playing sandbag or nil so you don't get chewed out. Okay, pass the phone to the person who's taking you to the cookout. Hi, this is a big deal for them. You need to make sure they're prepared. If you have a creepy cousin or a creepy uncle, let them know. If y'all are gonna pray before you eat, let them know. If they're doing the whole gentle parenting thing and there's a chance that they're gonna see a kid get snatched up, let them know. If there's certain colors they shouldn't wear to this cookout, let them know.
Ladies and gentlemen, I think this young lady very, very well articulated the cookout rules for 2025. Now, are there any cookout rules that we missed that we need to add to this list?
No,
if you didn't bring anything, then don't touch anything until somebody offers.
That's a big fact. Also, when you bring Tupperware, don't always think you're gonna get it back, because black people love the cuffs of Tupperware. That's just the game is the game. I would also say, if this is your first time at the cookout and you are not of the same persuasion as the majority of the cookout, then what you need to do is 2-plate maximum. Don't be coming up there like niggas they first time seeing you and you walking out the door 6 plates deep, bruh. Somebody is going to knock you all the way into a whole nother world.
To be fair, Black people will take that as a compliment, especially if they're not Black. They're like, oh, go ahead. They ain't never had no seasoning before. Go ahead and take your plate.
All right, so what I will say is that ask ahead of time before you pile up 6 plates, because my aunt done cursed out many a friend of mine because they done what you doing? What you think this is? Oh, you can eat buffet? What the hell you out of here? My aunt's done cursed some people out for doing too much. So I'd be like, just keep it on the
But did they know better?
Does any nigga know better that's gonna go to somebody else's house?
They know better. If you are Black, you know better. So that's probably why they got cut out.
Sure. Let's see. And y'all can jump in if y'all got any more. I'm just throwing out some ones that I know have been hilarious at the event. If you are not Black people will refer to you as your ethnic group. Hey, China girl. And I admit my family, as educated and bougie as they are, still has the tendency to, my best friends who have been around my family for decades will still say, white boy Brandon. Hey, white boy, that's white boy Brandon right there. Hey, white boy Brandon. Like, it'll be like, oh man, that's China Charlie. You'd be like, stop. You don't need to put the race, you don't have to put the ethnicity at the beginning of their name. Like, man, get out of here. So shout out to David Goliath. All right, and he comes right in with his questions. All right, has anyone here watched Novocaine? I have. It's a new film from a guy who played by Huey from The Boys. Yes, I know.
Okay.
It's great. It's really great. If you haven't watched it, go watch it. And then you sound like you white. So any rules for you going to a Black cookout? Kate, did you have any rules that you wanted to add for if you were of a dozen ethnic nature going to an ethnic cookout?
Nah, the first one I thought of was the one you already kind of hit, was taking too many plates.
Got you. Okay. Since we got a bunch of people just logging in now, I'm gonna give y'all one more thing. I'm about to get up out of here, but I'm gonna do one more thing and then we getting out of here. I'm gonna hit this tinfoil.
Okay, class, put your tinfoil hats on. Is it real? No, seriously, is it?
Is it real? Is it? Let me make sure I'm clicking on the right thing. Damn, I hope I downloaded it. Did I download it? Damn, I ain't download my little conspiracy theory. Yeah, I did. All right, so what we gonna do is we talking about space, the final frontier.
Disturbing things ever said by astronauts. In 2003, Chinese astronaut Yang Liwei was the first person from China to go to space. He was sent up all alone when suddenly, at one point during the mission, he hears a knocking sound on the outside of his spaceship. He recalls it as someone knocking the body of the spaceship, like hitting an iron bucket with a wooden hammer. He wasn't even able to recreate it, and to this day, experts have no idea what it could have been. During the Apollo 11 mission in 1969, when Neil and Buzz were on the lunar surface, Neil Armstrong unexpectedly switches to a medical communication channel and spoke directly to the chief medical officer, saying, and I quote, "They're here, they're parked on the side of the crater, they're watching us." This was revealed in a documentary by former NASA employee Ken Johnston, but the original recordings are of course highly classified. Rumored to be a part of the infamous Apollo 11 missing 2 minutes, where on record Mission Control lost radio contact with the astronauts due to technical difficulties. In another 1995 documentary interview, former NASA astronaut Franklin Story Musgrave claimed to have been followed by a white 8-foot-long snake floating through space, saying, quote, "On 2 of my missions, and I still don't have an answer, I have seen a snake out there, 6, 7, 8 feet long." He said it appeared rubbery and followed him for quite a long time, floating in or near Earth's stratosphere. In the same interview, Musgrave also cryptically states that other civilizations have been around for millions of years that are doing unimaginable kinds of things. But you know, they were probably all just joking.
Of course.
Of course what?
Of course they were just joking.
You know what I'm saying? All right. It's that time. We about to get up out of here. I'm gonna keep my 10-4 hat on. You know what I'm saying? I got 10 of these. I could do a whole episode of some crazy 10-4 stuff, but I'm holding back. We ain't gotten into the occult yet. We ain't started. Oh man, I've got so much weird. Anyway, shout outs. Kate, come on, man, get them shout outs going.
Shout out to y'all, shout out to us, you know. Shout out to chat bots and whatnot. And the aliens knocking on the space shuttle doors, you know.
All right, Jalen.
Shout out to you guys. Shout out to everybody. Everyone in the comments.
Yeah. It's been lit, man. And I appreciate everybody that commented in the Black Nerd joint. Man, we had like 30 comments on that. It was beautiful, man. From one of our posts. That's dope. Shout out to everybody that tuned in, that tapped into the comment section. Shout out to y'all. I want to give a shout out to the whole team. I want to send my prayers to our guy, Sloan Tempest. They said another tornado is hitting his area right now. So he was like, he texted us right before showtime, like, yo, thunderstorm hitting. I can't tune in. So I like prayers out to him. Prayers out to Fame, man, that you feel better. Man, that's why I told you come back in town, wear a jacket because the weather's crazy. We back on point. We got a lot of stuff coming up. We appreciate y'all. Sign up on a Patreon right now. There's tons of great content, and there's more coming. We will check y'all next week. We out of here.
Here comes them black nerds. Sloan's on with big words. Kate slap makes us all smile. Jay's little stones every single time. Fame's kinda like a mastermind. While Jay gets one shows up every single time. Yeah. Powers unite, go to bring the fight. Cases is Black Nerd Podcast, winning all the fights.